Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakutash Rakathum. That's right. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai. Take it to this devil. Sirach 41 and 6. The inheritance of sinners, children, 5. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant, in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners, children, shall perish. That's you, devil. And their prosperity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father. That's you, devil. Because they shall be reproached for his sake. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, of the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. For if ye increase, it shall be to your what? For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if you be born, ye shall be born to a curse. And if ye die, a curse shall be your portion. All that are on the earth shall turn to earth again. So the ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction, to destruction. The mourning of men is about their bodies, but an ill name of sinners shall be blotted out. That's right. You're done, devils. That's right. Now, she's going to explain it that you are done, and that you are the wicked, and that you are disrespectful and violent, and every daggone thing else on this earth. You dig? Because it's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. Where we at? Where we at? Come on.
All right, Shalom. Shut the feed real quick. Check the audio. Check the audio. Here we go. All right, bear with me 1 second. Get rolling in 1 second. All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Back with another quick lesson, live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakak Wadash. Pray that this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. Title of this show here is Straight Out of the Devil's Mouth. Your existence is insufferable to them. All right. So this video here, about 7 minutes long, is a viral video that I caught online earlier today. It went extremely viral too. All right. But as you're gonna hear in this video, this Edomite woman, she pretty much breaks it down. You know, the reason why Esau hates Jacob. You know. And, you know, she gives some pretty good points. And I mean, these are things that we already knew, but like she actually, you know, goes into it, man. You know, so I'm going to let this video play. And I just wanted to add something, you know, some scriptures to it, you know, because everything she's saying is spiritual. All right. And what you're going to see, as I'm going to make the point, is that this all goes back to what we've been talking about a lot lately, especially in the climax of these times that we live in right now with this racial tension, that this is that perpetual hatred that Esau has for Jacob, all right, which goes all the way back to the womb. All right, so we'll play this through, we'll stop and go, and you know, Lord willing, you know, like I said, this live lesson be edifying, man. All right, so let's get into it. All right, again, straight out of the devil's mouth, your existence is insufferable to them. All right, so let's play it here.
So, hey, Boo, I just had a thought. One of the reasons white people hate black people is because we cannot tolerate Black joy. We cannot tolerate Black intelligence. We cannot tolerate Black beauty. We cannot tolerate Black confidence. We cannot tolerate Black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a Black person. There's a level of racism that I think hits differently for Black people than it does for Asian people or Hispanic people or Middle Eastern people or Native Americans even. Each one of those things that people think regarding other races are different with Black people, I think.
Right. Now, real quick, we understand that Esau's hatred is for all the tribes, all right? So-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, Hispanics, okay? But the focus in this video is dealing with, so-called Negroes, Black people, all right? Judites, okay? So as we've been, breaking this down to Jake, okay, this hatred that Esau has is beyond, skin color, you being able to dunk a basketball, jump high, run fast, all of that. It's beyond that, man. This is a spiritual hatred, man. Okay, that these people have for you. Okay, and it really all goes back to what? The birthright, man. Okay, Jacob is the rightful heir to the birthright. Okay, so even, your average Joe six-pack Edomite, he really doesn't even understand. I mean, he knows that he hates you because, you're a so-called, Black person or Hispanic, Latino, Native American, but it's deeper than that, is the point. And like I'm saying, your very existence is a threat to these people. Matter of fact, let me get that. Okay, like I said, your existence is insufferable to Esau, man. Let me pull that definition up, and then we'll go back and play it through again, right? This is the definition of insufferable, all right? It says insufferable describes something or someone that is intolerable, unbearable, or impossible to endure, right? So like she said, how you look, and she's gonna get into it, your resilience, how Esau has been, killing you and, for centuries, and, our people still have that resilience to always, get back on top, to continue to fight. That's something that these Edomites, they just can't bear. It says, let's see if we got any other definitions here. It says insufferable, not to be endured, intolerable. All right. Yeah, so you get it. Your existence is a threat, But anyway, let me go back, all right? Like I said, this video was viral on, caught it on Instagram. It went viral, so let's go back, and then we'll stop and go again. Bear with me. Give me 1 second. Come on, man.
Time is up, though. Up. It's up.
Let's go and do this shit right now. Hold on. Hold on. That's what happens when too much heat comes out, man. Let's see what we got. Hold on.
Done.
It has lost connection to screen share. Restart your browser if this continues to be a problem. Okay, hold on. Man, damn, boy. How does it even do that? All right, one moment. I'm just trying to pull it back up. It took me off. And let me know in the comments if you can hear me. All right, we should be back in there. All right. Is it pulled up yet? All right, there we go. All right, we back. Hold on. We're going to go back from the beginning. You know, this shit is just freezing on me a little bit. But let's go back to it. Here we go. All right.
So, hey, Boo, I just had a thought. One of the reasons white people hate black people is because we cannot tolerate black joy. We cannot tolerate black intelligence. We cannot tolerate black beauty. We cannot tolerate black confidence. We cannot tolerate black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a black person. There's a level of racism that I think hits differently for black people than it does for Asian people or Hispanic people or Middle Eastern people or Native Americans even. Each one of those things that people think regarding other races are different with black people, I think. Because again, we don't like black people to be educated. We don't like them to be successful. We don't want black judges. We don't want anything for black people that doesn't directly affect and entertain us. So we can have a black nanny. We can have a black house cleaner. We can have a black teacher. We can have a black coach. We can have black players. But only for the specific things that we feel comfortable with. I think about all those sweet children that have been killed, murdered, when they go out with their white friends. And I think that as much as the trauma of slavery comes down through the DNA, I think also the cruelty of slavery. The desire to hurt, the desire to steal and kill and humiliate and torment and disappear black people is what comes down through the DNA.
Yeah. It's a part of him. All right. According to the scriptures, he's the wicked and violent man. All right. And what I'm saying is that this so-called racism, all right, this deep-rooted hatred, all right, it goes back from the beginning, all right? This is what we're trying to tell our people, because Jake will question about these things. Well, what is it about us, you know? Like, why do these people hate us? Why do they greatly despise us, you know? And it's because we got melanin and all this shit you hear Jake talking about online. It's beyond skin color, Jake. Okay, what we're telling you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, this is spiritually rooted. Okay, real quick. I just want to get straight to the point. This is Genesis 27. All right, it's all about the birthright. We're the chosen people, man. It is what it is, right? And that's the information the knowledge, understanding that's being brought out. Okay? We are the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay? We are the people of the Most High, of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the chosen line. Right? Remember Deuteronomy, let me get that before I read this. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thy power. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thy power, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You see that? This is why we excel. This is why, as she's going to make mention of, this is why we have the resilience that we have. All right? From the trauma that we've been through, from slavery, all right, the post-traumatic slave syndrome, the shit that affects our people today. This is why we continue to stand in this fight to this very day, man. All right, we are the people of the Most High, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. All right, so we're above everybody. We're better than everybody. It is what it is. We're the superior people, not Esau. All right, that's why for centuries, what did he push? His scientific racism, all right, his pseudoscience bullshit. Okay, we descend from monkeys. All right, we got smaller brains than everybody else. You know, we're inferior, all that bullshit, man. Esau knows what it is, right? And that's why the spirit is on this woman, this Edomite woman, or she could be a Jake, you never know. But the spirit is on her to spill it out. All right? So these are things that we know, but like I said, I just wanted to put the spirit with it. All right? Anyway, back to my point, Genesis 27:41. And it reads, straight to the point, Genesis 27:41, it says that Esau hated Jacob. Okay? And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And that spirit has been on him since the beginning. All right? When you go back and read the story, okay? Esau was supplanted out of his birthright by Jacob. Really by Jacob and his mom. Right? But it was all the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua for the sake of the story. All right. And then when you go back to Genesis 25, remember Jacob, let me get that. Remember Jacob and Esau, they had a lawful agreement when it came to the birthright. Remember Jacob said, swear unto me this day, and Esau sold him his birthright. Esau tried to act like he was all faint and hungry. You know, he viewed the birthright as being something insignificant. Okay. But that's how the story was set up. Let me just make that point. But we'll go back. Because like I said, this hate goes back from the beginning, man. All right, Genesis 25 and 29 here, all right? Genesis 25 and 29. And Jacob saw the pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name called Edom, was called Edom. Right? Verse 31, it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? All right, so this right here, for him to even make that statement shows you that he wasn't right. Right? Verse 33, and me this day, and he swore unto him. See? So they had a covenant. They had a lawful agreement, man. Okay? And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Okay? Verse 34, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. All right, so he despised his birthright. He looked at it, he hated it. He looked at it as being insignificant. It was nothing to him. All right, just to get that quick meal. And now here we are today. He's ready. He's in a spirit of killing his brother Jacob, right? Because remember, before Isaac passed, all right, he gave both Jacob and Esau the blessing. And after that, he said, hey, he swore to himself that he was going to slay his brother Jacob. All right. And that hatred that Esau has for Jacob still continues on to this day. All right. Ezekiel 35. Right. Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. And it reads, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. All right. This hatred that Esau has for Jacob, all right, is perpetual. It's ongoing. It's everlasting. Okay? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So now it's Esau's turn. Okay? Since he shed blood, now his blood must be shed. All right? Pursuing, it was in Numbers. Let me get that real quick. We'll go back to the video. Was it Numbers 25 and 33? I might be wrong. Let me check. Nah, it's if somebody could post a scripture about, those who shed the blood must be shed. It's in Numbers. Can't think of it right now, but let me go back to the video. If somebody can post that in the chat on the comment board, right? Let's go back.
As the trauma of slavery comes down through the DNA, I think also the cruelty of slavery, the desire to hurt, the desire to steal and kill and humiliate and torment and disappear Black people is what comes down through the DNA. I think when you do something like that for long enough and you pass it down for the many years that slavery and enslaved people were in chains, that is an instinct with us, cruelty. And I think you can see it in many videos. All the white women and white men that are telling Black kids and Black families to get the hell out of here, you don't belong.
Yeah, that's Psalm 94, right? Let me get that too, because this hatred is embedded in their DNA. This is who they are. All right, Psalm 73 says he wear violence as a garment. Psalm 94, just thinking about that, and I read to the point. All right, in the header of this chapter, the Lord is implored to avenge his people, right? This is Psalm 94 and verse 1, and it reads, it says, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, power to whom vengeance belongeth. O power to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud. Okay, and we're in a time where the Lord is about to render that reward to the proud, you Edomites, man, which are regarded in the scriptures as the children of pride. Okay? And that reward is going to be the fall of your kingdom and the destruction of it through nuclear war. Okay? Verse 3, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, how long should the wicked triumph? How long should they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? The point, verse 5, they break in pieces thy people, man. All right, going all the way back to slavery, through Jim Crow, through the prison pipeline, okay, through the drugs, through everything that we go through to this day. All right, the constant hell that's put on our people. Okay, this is what these Edomites do. They break in pieces thy people, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and afflict thy heritage. See? They slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Okay? And we've been seeing a lot of that over the years now. There's actually been an increase. A lot of Jakes dying on camera. All right? I remember during the time of Obama and Biden, like Jake was getting slaughtered on camera like it was normal. But this is what they do. All right? They slay the widow and stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, the Lord Yahweh Shemawashah shall not see, neither shall the power of Jacob regard it. But you're wrong about that. All right. Ecclesiastes 3:15 says the Lord requires which is past. All right. So they know. So deep down in their spirit, even though they don't really want to acknowledge it, all right, they know that they're going to pay in some form or fashion. They know that retribution is coming for all the shit that they've done against the Lord's people. All right. And the icing on the cake, as we were speaking about at camp the other day, the fact that, it's known that the Messiah, who the world intimately calls Jesus Christ, whose name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew tongue, all right, he would be considered a so-called Negro, so-called black man, all right? So if the Messiah is a so-called Negro, so-called black man, then what does that mean for his people? All the crimes that were committed against the Lord's people. So what does that mean for them? Remember, let me pull it up. What did Robert Kennedy say? I want to just bring that up real quick, because this is really the spirit, all right? Let me see if I can find it. The quote, Robert Kennedy and God being black. Let me pull that up real quick. Because like I said, deep down inside in their spirit, they know what it is, man. Right? Let me find it real quick. Here we go. This is a quote from Robert Kennedy, right? He said, you know what? Let me not go there. Here we go. Let me see. Can I go down here? Come on, man. This shit is always freezing. Here we go. This is what he said. He said, but suppose God is black. What if we go to heaven and we, speaking about white people, so-called white people, the Edomites, what if we, let me pull it on screen, Shalakia. He said, but suppose God is black. What if we go to heaven and we, Edomites, all our lives have treated the Negro as inferior, and God is there, and we look up and he is not white? What then is our response? Right? So these Edomites, they know to a degree that they're fucking cooked. All right? They know that retribution is going to happen, man. Okay? That guilt constantly haunts them. This is why she's making this video. Right? Because the scriptures say that if somebody can post it in Job, that their tongue shall fall upon themselves. All right? I think it's Job 15. Right? That their own tongue should fall upon themselves. All right? The Lord got the spirit on the Edomites to just admit the truth, to tell you what it is. All right? And these are discussions amongst Jake in every household. Well, why is it? Why is it, why are we the most hated? Why are we always targeted? Why are we, why we fill up the prisons? All these questions that Jake, ponders on is because we're the people of the Lord. And these Edomites, just like the rest of these heathen nations, they know who we are. And now, since we're in the end of time, the last days, the Lord said that the truth will spring up. Can I get that? Let's get that in the Apocrypha real quick, and we'll go back to the video. Like I said, just all these different points that come into mind, not to rant, but and if any other scriptures hit you, brothers, hey, post them on the comment board, man. There's so many scriptures that come to mind. You know what I'm saying? But this is 2nd Ezra 6. We at the end. Okay? This is part of the end. The truth will come out, man. Before the destruction came, before Esau would fall, all right, he would be exposed. The truth would come out, This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 27. And it reads, it says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched, right? All the lies, all the false stories, false narratives, okay? Deceit is being quenched, all right, through the Holy Spirit, all right? By the truth going out. Verse 28, as for faith, it shall flourish. Right. Okay, faith is flourishing right now, man. Pursuing to Psalm 40, I'll get that next, but it says, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome. See that? All the corruption, all the lies, everything is being overcame. And the truth, which would have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. So that's what's happening. The truth was once covered up. It was swept under the rug, so to speak. Now it's being declared worldwide, all over the internet, man. All right? The elect of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are waking up.
Right.
Truth is being declared on every level right now, man.
Right.
All right? You got the prophets bringing it out. You got these so-called, you got these Edomite truthers that are exposing the system, the corruption, the scandals, the lies. Everything's coming out. Whistleblowers. People are finding out that these so-called conspiracy theories are actually conspiracy facts. They're facts. They're true.
That's right.
Okay? And all this ties into the end of this man's empire, right? So again, faith is flourishing. Let me make that point too, and we'll go back to the video. Bear with me. Psalm 40. All right. Psalm 40, and I'll start at 1, read down to the point. Psalm 40 and 1, and it reads, I waited patiently for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. All right, this is spiritual too. The Lord is hearing the cries of the elect. All right, it's a precept in Luke chapter 18, okay, on how he heard the cries of his people and he will avenge them speedily, right? Verse 2, he brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay. And you could tie that to the system, okay? The horrible pit, America, Babylon the Great is that pit, the trap house, all right? The miry clay. And set my feet upon a rock and establish my goings, and that rock represents Yahushua, that the sure foundation, right? The point, verse 3, and he had put a new song in my mouth, which is this word, this gospel, this truth, all right, which the prophets are singing that new song, all right? And then put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it in fear and trust in the Lord, see? And that ties into how faith is flourishing right now. Many shall see it. Many are seeing what? The standard, the banner that's being lifted up. All right? They're being edified. Okay? The spell is wearing off. The lies are being torn down. All right? Many shall see it in fear and trust in the Lord. That's what's happening in this time. Verse 4, blessed is that man that maketh the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, his trust, and respected not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. You see that? So pursuing Isaiah, the 10th chapter that comes to mind, all right, it talks about how the Lord's elect remnant would no longer lean upon him that smote them, but would lean upon the Holy One in spirit and truth. Okay? So again, that ties into the awakening, man. All right, let's go back. You see, but these, like I said, these devils, they know what's getting ready to happen, man. All right? That pride won't allow them to fully acknowledge it, but these are things that these Edomites are pondering about, man. Okay? Judgment is getting ready to fall on them. All right? Let's go back. Slocky, I mean a rant, but, just wanted to make them points there. All right?
Is what comes down through the DNA. I think when you do something like that for long enough and you pass it down for the many years that slavery and enslaved people were in chains, that is an instinct with us, cruelty. And I think you can see it in many videos. All the white women and white men that are telling black kids and black families to get the hell out of here, you don't belong. We just don't want you to have more than us, honey. We just don't want you to be prettier. We don't want you to be the beauty standard. We don't want you to be judges or anything like that. We want you to be.
And that's the spirit. She said, we don't want you to be judges. All right? We're not talking about judges in this fucking court system. We're talking about judges of the planet Earth. All right? That's what's getting ready to come. All right? A new age. Okay? Remember, Esau, let me get that. 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Second Ezra 69, for Esau is the end of the world. All right. Esau, it would be ruling in the end of the world. Okay. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? Okay. Jacob is going to be the rulers of the planet Earth and the kingdom to come. The judges. Okay. The house of David, the governing body over the planet Earth and universe forever. All right. That's what's coming. So what she said was spiritual, right? Let's go back.
Women and white men are telling black kids and black families to get the hell out of here. You don't belong. We just don't want you to have more than us, honey. We just don't want you to be prettier. We don't want you to be the beauty standard. We don't want you to be judges or anything like that. We want you to be below us, beneath us. And we've tried so hard to keep you down, and we failed so badly. Because like Maya Angelou said, still you rise. We may hate you, we may beat you, we may do those things, and it makes us crazy that you keep coming back and getting better. Woo.
See that? Hey, that's heavy. That's that resilience, man. All the shit Jake went through, feeling bad. All right? Still fighting, still going, man. You know? That's it, man. So that's what I was talking about. That's that's what makes Jake insufferable to Esau. You know, we didn't did all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Oppression and murder, yet they still rise. You know, hey, like it says in the scriptures, how the Egyptians, they put hell on us, right? But we still kept multiplying. You know, I'm roughly paraphrasing. If anybody knows what that scripture is, that sticking off the top of my head. See, so what she's saying is super spiritual, man. Okay. All these things, and like the elder said in the elder in London, I forgot the brother's name. He made a point. He did a lesson going into how Esau always tries to sabotage Jake. But if you're supposed to be the superior people, all right, if you're supposed to be above us and better than us, then why do you have to constantly sabotage us? You know, why do you have to set us up? If you're superior at these things, you shouldn't even be worrying about us. You know? But we're a constant thought in these people's mind, okay? Because they know what it is. It's all spiritual, man. They know what it is when it comes to Jake, all right? So-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Hispanic, all right? We're a resilient people, you know? Let's play that part again.
We just don't want you to have more than us, honey. We just don't want you to be prettier. We don't want you to be the beauty standard. We don't want you to be judges or anything like that. We want you to be below us, beneath us. And we've tried so hard to keep you down, and we failed so badly. Because like Maya Angelou said, still you rise. We may hate you, we may beat you, we may do those things, and it makes us crazy that you keep coming back and getting better.
Man, hey, you know what? What's the scripture? We just read it too. Matter of fact, let me go there. I'll read up right here. I was just thinking about that when she said that. 2 Ezra 6:8. All right. It says, he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. See, that is spiritual. What she's saying is the spirit, man. Okay? Jacob holding the heel of Esau, what represented Jacob being on the heels of Esau, essentially pulling Esau down from power. That was the significance when Jacob and Esau were born. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. That was a spiritual significance there. Okay, we would be on Esau's heels. Okay, we would rise on top. We would overtake him, man. And all of that's happening now via the Spirit. And when Yahushua comes back, okay, it's gonna be physical. All right, we're literally gonna take the world. All right, it's gonna be a divine takeover, man. And that's the world that they fear. This is why there's so much effort going into trying to kill Jake off. All right, lock him up in the prisons forever. Okay, ultimately trying to stop this word from going out. All right, to shut down this gospel. You see what I'm saying? There's so many different factors that play into it because they know that their time is up. You see? Hey, the water, my brother. Let me get that precept. The water.
Speak this.
Shalom, Ab.
Speak this.
This is
Speak this. It don't matter how many of us is taken out. We still gonna come back because we are spirits. Okay? It don't matter what you do, Esau. You could take us all out. We still gonna come back and rule the universe, rule the heavens, rule everything. It don't matter what you do, devil. We are still going to come back because we are the apple of the Most High's eye. We are the apple of Yahushua's eye. We are the apple of the Ruach HaKodesh eye. Okay? It don't matter what you do. It won't stop nothing. Devil, recognize.
This is Exodus. All right, GMS, pray, always, hopeful, elect. That's what I was thinking about. Exodus 1 and 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Right? And this is what the Egyptians were saying. And where are we at now? In spiritual Egypt. And who's the modern day Pharaoh? Esau, Edom. Right? Verse 10. It says, Exodus 1 and 10, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. Right? What the nigga said from baby kids, we don't die, we multiply. That's all spiritual, man. Right? The more hell they put upon us, the more we multiply. Right. Let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. See? Verse 11 is Exodus 1 and 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. Verse 12, but the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. So yeah, that's the spirit, man. So how much more in this time in this new spiritual Egypt? These Edomites are grieved. You know, a lot of them are mad right now because inflation is kicking their ass and Jake ain't budging. You know, and we not new to this. We true to this, man. We've been through this shit. This has been Jake's existence in America, man. Not having shit, being in poverty. Okay? Barely making it, but still making something out of nothing. All right? These Edomites catching hell, man. Going broke, can't afford groceries, can't feed their families, and they wondering why so-called Negroes ain't panicking. They ain't bugging out. All right? This is what I seen on the internet. They see, it's like, damn, how are they not, you know what I'm saying? How are they not tripping? You know, because this has been Jake's existence since they've been in America. You know? Come on now. Man, let me go back. You see? Bear with me. They just don't want us to win, but we gonna win in the end. All right?
And black families, to get the hell out of here, you don't belong. We just don't want you to have more than us, honey. We just don't want you to be prettier. We don't want you to be the beauty standard. We don't want you to be judges or anything like that. We want you to be below us, beneath us. And we've tried so hard to keep you down, and we failed so badly. Because like Maya Angelou said, still you rise. We may hate you, we may beat you, we may do those things, and it makes us crazy that you keep coming back and getting better. We can't stand it. I don't know why that is. I think I heard somebody say that white people are the ones that have the ancestors that were closely related to the apes. And I believe that. We are so similar to Cro-Magnon man, Neanderthals. We're fucking pale monsters.
Woo, heard it. You straight out of the devil's mouth.
Right.
All right. The Neanderthals, the pale monsters. Now you the Edomites, man. That's who you are. All right. And your hatred is perpetual. All right. The violent and wicked man. Okay. And this goes back to the beginning of time. All right. All the way back to the serpent, man. Okay. Then following Cain, and then Esau and the reincarnation, man. Okay. This is where it all goes back. Like I said, this hatred is deeply rooted. It's spiritually rooted. Okay. And now we're in a time where you've been identified, man. Okay. You are the biblical Hebrew Edomites. Okay. and you're at your last end. Okay. So like you said, she didn't get it, but we understand why. We understand why things are the way they are. This is all the Spirit of the Lord. That's why it's crucial to have this understanding. Okay, because most of our people are questioning, like I was talking about earlier. Most of our people are questioning these things. Well, why us? You know, is it because we got melanin and we got black skin and we better than them? We jump faster, run. It's beyond that shit. Okay.
I really hate being white sometimes. I'm super ashamed. I think things like,
ooh, shit, let me get that. Shalakia, I know I keep stopping. Bear with me, y'all. There's just too many scriptures that come to mind. Let me get that one in Sirach. All right, the wicked would complain of an ungodly father. I think that's Sirach 41. And you should be ashamed. Habakkuk 2:16, shameful spewing should be on thy glory. You find out these Edomites are just demonic, man. All right, murdering, unaliving children. All right, the age of the chrome, the rituals. All right, the Satanism. All right, they was eating our people back in slavery, even to this day, chopping Jake up, stealing his organs. Okay, these homosexual acts that they was doing against our people, our men. Okay, cutting a pregnant woman's baby out of her stomach, stomping the head on the ground. We could be here all day. All this shit coming out. Poison in the food, drugs and guns in the neighborhoods. Okay, feminism, destroying the nuclear family, right? We can go all fucking day. Anyway, Sirach 41. Let me stop talking. Sirach 41 and Sirach 41 and 5. And it reads, it says, the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. You see that? Your prosperity is your bloodline, man. And right now, what's going on? The Edomites are being extremely reproached. Okay? They're hated by the world, man. The world is rising up against them. They're being called out on every avenue, man. For all of their sins, all the shit that they promoted and pushed throughout the earth. The shit that they continue to do to this day. All right, so they can't get away from their shameful history. That's why they're trying to rewrite it. All right, you got these devils trying to get rid of the museums. Okay, they're trying to rewrite the slavery narrative, how they had nothing to do with it. All right, you see all these Edomites on the internet talking about how, you know, black people sold their own people into slavery. We ain't had nothing to do with that. This is a bunch of bullshit, man. You know, it's all coming out. You know, they're making points about how you got these YNs doing all this bullshit, right? You got niggas terrorizing the communities and shit. But this nigga has terrorized the world. All right? Niggas ain't dropping bombs on nations. All right? Killing nations of people. All right? Pushing all of these wicked philosophies, homosexuality and Satanism and idolatry. All this wicked shit. All right? But again, this is the time they want to try to, change the narrative, but it's not going to work. All right. Everybody on earth knows who you are. Anyway, verse 7, the children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. So like she was saying, that's that shame, man. She's complaining about the shame. She hates being a so-called white woman. You know, it's a bad look. It's a horrible look to be an Edomite right now, man, especially in this time. Now you got the internet, you got the exposure, all right? You got all this shit that's going on in the White House and the president and Hollywood and there's all this bullshit, man. Which you Edomites are responsible for all of it. And you're not gonna wiggle your way out of this shit. Right? That what's it called? That thorough investigation is going out, man. You know, you can't shake that. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they should be reproached for his sake. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, for you have forsaken the law of the Most High God. Or if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. See that? And that's the reward that's coming to Esau, Edom. You Edomites around the world, man. And if you be born, you should be born to a curse, right? The scripture said that the curse is in the house of the wicked. Okay? Proverbs 3:33. And Babylon the Great, America is cursed to destruction. If you be born, you should be born to a curse. And if you die, a curse should be your portion. Ooh, man. He shall have no remembrance in the earth. He should be chased out of the world. He shall have no name in the street. All that are of the earth shall turn to the earth again. So the ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction. All right. This is your heritage, man. This is your future destiny. Right? The mourning of men is about their bodies, but an ill name of sinners shall be blotted out. Goodness gracious, man. That's tough. You know?
Fucking pale monsters. I think I heard somebody say that white people are the ones that have the ancestors that were closely related to the apes. And I believe that. We are so similar to Cro-Magnon man, Neanderthals. We're fucking pale monsters. I really hate being white sometimes. I'm super ashamed. I think things like, sorry, I don't get good sleep right now. I think when I see a young black kid with a bunch of white kids, or like I try to watch for things that are happening. And I was thinking to myself, if I saw a black kid hopping in a vehicle with a bunch of white kids, what would I do? I mean, I could do anything. I could get the black kid to come over and say, hey, I think I know your mother, come here. And then to say, you better get away from all them white boys. But I had a brown friend of mine tell me that was silly and that it is savior-ish Ooh, and I don't like that. White savior, white savior. Ugh. And then I still do it. I have it in me that black people need my help. Mexican people need my help. Hispanic people need my help. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. If they do, oh, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. If they do, they'll ask. That's one thing. They'll ask. And I'll know instinctually if I'm out and about and stuff that's happening. I can just pay attention and see if there's a way for me to step to whatever the white person is doing. I don't know. We'll see. I think the cruelty lives in us, and I don't mean it like we don't have a choice. Of course we have a choice, but it comes down as instinct, unless we work desperately, unless we work very, 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 very hard for very, very, very many years. We'll never be rid of it. We'll never be rid of it anyway, but anyway, that's my thought. For whatever it's worth.
Man, it's all spiritual. Like I said, you can go anywhere with that video, man. These were all scriptures that came to mind as she was talking when I saw the video earlier. Like I said, this video went super duper viral on the internet, man, because she just lays it out. You know, let me get that in Job. I think somebody posted it was a Job 15. I'll pull it up. Job 15 and in verse 6, right? Here we go. I found it right here. Shalom. Job 15 and 5. It says, for thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity. All right. Like she was going through it in the video, right? For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Verse 6. It says, thy own mouth condemneth thee, and not I, yea, thy own lips testify against thee, right? So the Lord got a heavy spirit out here on these Edomites, revealing everything, man. Revealing the color of the Lord and why it matters, who the Lord's people are and why that matters, the crimes that they committed from the past and continue to this day and why that matters, and what they believe is going to happen from it, and how they really feel, and all. It's it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We live in the era of truth, man. You see. So that's what it is. Lamentations, let me get that too. Lamentations 4, right? Same scriptures we always bring out. Okay, Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also so pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked, right? And that's the Lord, man. The Lord got these Edomites butt ass naked in the spirit, completely revealed, exposed. All right. Jeremiah, 49:10, Esau would be made bare. He could no longer hide himself. Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity, right? Because this is the last, America, Babylon the Great is our last captivity, man. After this, no more again, man. Okay, Isaiah 40, verses 1 and 2. All right, the Lord said that our warfare is accomplished. So this is it. All right, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is on his way back. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. You see that? So all the sins of Esau, Edom are being discovered, and it's being seen by the whole world, man. His lies, his wicked wines and ideologies, and his crimes, his secrets, his dirt, his corruption, scandals, the wickedness, the murders, everything, man. And the Lord is allowing this to happen because he's going to come back and physically take them down. But this would happen first. He would be completely made bare before Yahushua completely destroys him. Right? And that's going to be the end of his wicked reign of terror, his evil legacy. You see? That's it. Yeah, I was thinking about that one too, Saquon. Hey, the water. The other one's Saquon. All right, GMS North Carolina 7773. Psalm 64:8, it says, so they should make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Yeah, this is the Lord doing that. The Lord is causing their own tongue to fall upon themselves. The Lord got these Edomites exposing themselves. See that? We ain't even got to do nothing. We take videos like this and just using to edify, to show you that, look, we got the truth. We've been telling you the truth. This is what we're saying. When are you Jakes out there, when are you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics going to wake the hell up, man? Okay? We got the truth up here. Thine eyes shall see thy teachers, man. Okay? Your true teachers are standing right in front of you, feeding you the word, giving you the truth. You see? Yeah, that's a good one too, right? I heard somebody I saw somebody in the comment board said that these Edomites are a parasite, right? Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 10, it says, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Man. And Esau is that long disease. He's that parasite. He's that cancer, man. And Yahushua is the physician. It was getting ready to cut him out, cut him off. You see? This is the end, man. Right? I think they know the Most High is coming for them. You started to see many of them telling on themselves and their people. Yeah, exactly. But it's all the Spirit of the Lord. The Lord has them doing that. All right? The Lord is doing that. Right? Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which have persecuted. Yeah, the curses are now upon Esau, man. Nothing is going in his favor. All right? This is why the only point now, the last resort is what? To bring the sword. All right? This is why we're in the midst of Jacob's trouble. Things are getting ready to turn up to a whole nother level. Martial law. All right? You got, I saw a video that came across my feed from the elder brother in Kansas. And he made a point about how this merging of America and Israel, as far as like the government power structure coming together, this is going to be major trouble for Jake, man. Okay, they're merging this American system with the small hats. So you know what time it is, man. They're getting ready to roll super heavy on the tribes, man. Okay, then you got these Edomites that are, preparing for the so-called race wars, training and fighting and shooting. They're preparing for this thing to go out with a bang, man. So again, when are you Jakes out there gonna wake the hell up, man? All right. Psalm 75:7. But the Most High is the judge. He put down one and set up another. Right. He put down one, which is who? Esau, Edom, and he set up another, which is who? Jacob, Israel. All right. So it's getting ready to go, man. Right. I was thinking about that video. Right, because again, somebody had made mention about Esau being a parasite, and Priest Amawan had brought it up at camp. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because it's all spiritual, right? It was like a show on Cartoon Network on Adult Swim years ago, and you had Jake going in on Esau in his face, right? Let me see if I can find it. I forgot the name of the video. I actually saved it, but I don't know where I saved it at. And I did a video on it a long time ago on my animation page, but I forgot it's been some years ago. Let me see if I can find it real quick before we wrap this up. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Jim Morton, Dinner in America, The White Man is a Virus Scene. Ooh, here we go. Let me pull it up. Because this was spiritual, man. I remember this came out years ago. 9 years ago. Right? Check this out, man. Because even what he said, this video is spiritual too. Let me see if it play. My computer moving a little slow. Yep. People. You're never right. Let me go back from the beginning. Yeah, this was heavy. I remember when I saw this about 9-10 years ago. I was like, damn, this is heavy. All right. But again, it's all coming out against these people, man. Yes, you are a virus. Come on, man, act right.
Tribute, say something.
You want me to say something? Fine, I'll say something. You people, you're not a race. You are a virus. You destroy the world. Everything beautiful you poison. You drag us from our homes. You rape our daughters, murder our sons. You crack our spines and do all you can to break our will. You stab us. Then you put the knife in our hand and tell us it's our fault. And if you don't do it yourself, you stand by, close your eyes, and pretend there's nothing wrong. And then you pray to your God to silence our screams so that you can enjoy the happiness that we built for you with our blood. But it's not your fault. It's the only way you know how to be. And the only thing that will change anything is if another virus comes along and does to you what you do to us.
Yes, the virus.
And I hope that happens
It will happen.
very soon.
Wow. This evening obviously hasn't gone as I'd hoped. And I think I'm having a full-on panic attack right now. So I'm going to go to the bathroom and get myself together. And when I come back, I hope you don't see me as the devil.
Lord, Lord, Lord the devil.
Hey, and that panicking, that's these Edomites in the spirit. All right, so like I said, this scene from wherever this was, the white man is a virus scene, dinner in America, this is super spiritual, man.
That's right.
Right? And when I saw that, I was like, damn, they put that on TV? Right? But hey, break out. See if it play, my computer moving a little slow.
Hit it back again.
Yep. People. You're not a right. Let me go back from the beginning. Yeah, this was heavy. I remember when I saw this about 9-10 years ago, I was like, damn, this is heavy. All right. But again, it's all coming out against these people, man.
Right.
Yes. You are a virus. Come on, man, act right.
Tribute, say something.
You want me to say something? Fine. I'll say something. You people. You're not a race. You are a virus. You destroy the world. Everything beautiful you poison. You drag us from our homes. You rape our daughters, murder our sons. You crack our spines and do all you can to break our will. You stab us. Then you put the knife in our hand and tell us it's our fault. And if you don't do it yourself, you stand by, close your eyes, and pretend there's nothing wrong. And then you pray to your God to silence our screams so that you can enjoy the happiness that we built for you with our blood. But it's not your fault. It's the only way you know how to be. And the only thing that will change anything is if another virus comes along and does to you what you do to us. And I hope that happens very soon.
Wow. this evening obviously hasn't gone as I'd hoped. And I think I'm having a full-on panic attack right now. So I'm going to go to the bathroom and get myself together. And when I come back, I hope you don't see me as the devil.
Hey, and that panicking, that's these Edomites in the spirit. All right. So like I said, this scene from wherever this was, the white man is a virus scene, dinner in America, this is super spiritual, man. Right. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, they put that on TV. Right. But hey, he told the truth, and everything he said is all scriptural.
Right.
Right. Let me get one more. We'll wrap it up. You know, straight out of the devil's mouth, man. You heard it first. Right? Too heavy, man. Let me get that in. I was thinking about that one in Revelation. Right? The Lord going to destroy those that destroy the earth. Right? That's Revelation 11.
Right.
Man, we live in some heavy ass times, man. This is it. Hey, now like we said, we understand why they got to take this internet, man. It's just too much shit coming out, man. They got to control the narrative. They got to wrap this shit up immediately.
For no reason.
So we ain't got a lot of time left. Famine of the word, right? You got the Lord speeding up time. Okay. I know a couple of brothers went into the lessons dealing with that. I know the apostles spoke on it briefly. You know, time is speeding up. Okay. Why are all these things happening? Because the Lord is about to return and deliver his people.
Right.
Okay. And destroy the wicked.
Right.
Okay. We definitely got a lot of time left, man. You see what's going on with the mark of the beast. You see what's going on with the beast system and these technocrats. They're getting ready to roll this thing out. All right, you got a major false flag event on the way. They got to belly up the economy. All right, you're talking about blackouts, cyber attacks. All right, you know, whatever they're going to do to usher in that new system. And once that chip is established, that's it, man.
Right.
All right, persecution of the saints. Okay. Spiritual power, miracles, the return of the Lord, man. So much is going on.
Right.
Revelation 11 and 18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great,
Right.
and should destroy them which destroy the earth. All right. And who is that? Esau, Edom. And the Lord is going to destroy you for destroying the earth. Right. And destroying his people.
Right.
That's prophecy, man. So again, these Edomites, they have an idea in the spirit. They know retribution is coming in the back of their mind, but that pride won't allow them to fully acknowledge it. Okay. They know they fucked up. See, they know that they are the wicked. They know that something's going to happen. See, and they can't shake that. Right? There you go, big dog. There you go. Hey, it's coming, Saquon. You know, they can't, hey, you ain't gonna Euro step out of this. You ain't gonna juke and spin out of your judgment, man. All right, it's over. You know, the water for the scriptures, man. Right? 2 through, I thought you knew. That's right, man. Hey, brothers going in on the comment board. That's what's up, man. Hey, we know what time it is, man. I knew this video was going to spark the spirit up, man. That's why I wanted to just put it out there. Like I said, this video is it's a viral video, right? So Lord willing, you brothers come across it on the feed. Matter of fact, let me just see if I can just put the link. I'll get the link real quick. Bear with me. We got time. Let me grab the link real quick. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna grab the link real quick where I got it from. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just go back and find it. So if brothers want to do responses, you can do responses to the video. All right. But she laid it out. Okay, here we go. I got the link right here. I'm about to post the link in the chat. The video channel is from this woman named Felicia Fee Carr, C-A-R-R. Let me just I'm about to post it now. Where we at? 2 through. I thought you knew. Here we go. All right. Is it pasted? All right, there we go. Okay, so that's the link right there. It should be in there. Did it pop up? Okay, yeah, I posted it right there. So that's the link. So if you want to check that out, your brothers that came across this video here, you know, if you want to respond to it or whatever, repost it. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. But that's the link right there. So yeah, man, we in that time, man, and we in the time of the fall of the Edomite, man. There's nothing he can do. All right, he can't wiggle his way out. It is what it is. Let's wrap it up with that Micah, the 2nd chapter, and we'll go ahead and close it out. Micah, was it 2? Right? This is Micah chapter 2, and what the hell? Hold on. It opened up the whole other tab. Hold on. 1 second, Salakia. All right, so this is Micah 2, and the point. There you go. This is Micah 2. I'll read down to the point. Micah 2:1, it says, woe to the oppressors. Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. All right, Esau has the power right now. Okay? And they covet fields and take them by violence. How did Esau take the world? All right, through the sword. All right? Through his Christian crusades, manifest destiny. Okay? Everywhere he went around the world, he used the sword. All right? And houses, and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Right? The point, verse 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye should not remove your necks, neither should you go heartily, for this time is evil. So like I said, Esau ain't going to Euro step out his judgment. He ain't going to juke spin. Right? It's nothing he can do, man. He can't avoid it, is my point. Which you should not remove your necks. You're not going to slither your way out. This is it for his ass. Remember, Cain has been on a run for millennium, man. Okay? The vagabond, the fugitive.
Yep.
Okay, now he's caught. Okay, and this nigga is America's Most Wanted. Y'all remember that show? And that's Esau, man. You know, America's Most Wanted, man. That's his ass, right? Real quick, let me see what this is in the NLT. You know? He got to go. Right? Same verse, Micah 2:3 NLT. Let's see what it says. Ooh. Micah 2:3 NLT, it says, but this is what the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, says, I will reward your evil with evil. You won't be able to pull your neck out of the noose. Yeah, his neck is in the noose. He can't pull it out. Lord about to hang his ass. Just like they do us, right? You won't be able to pull your neck out of the noose. You will no longer walk around proudly, for it will be a terrible time. Goodness gracious, man. Woo! Man, this is the worst time to be an Edomite. This is your future destiny being prophesied unto you directly.
Right.
All right? Scripture say who should tell him to his face? That came to mind too. I keep saying I'm gonna wrap it up, but these scriptures keep popping up. Job 21, right? He's being told to his face. Job 21, and I think it's like verse. Who shall tell him to his face? Let me find that real quick. I think it's Job 21. Is it Job 21? Bear with me. Yeah, there you go. Job 21 and verse 30. I started 30, the point is 31. Job 21 and 30. It says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They should be brought forth to the day of wrath. The point, verse 31. Who should declare his way to his face? Ooh, man. And who's declaring his way to his face? The prophets. Obadiah, the last verse. All right. He should raise up saviors okay, which are the prophets, okay, to judge the mount of Esau. Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him what he have done, all right? And who's going to repay him? Yahweh Shemel Rashad.
That's right.
For all the shit he's done.
That's right. That's right.
Again, which he cannot wiggle his way out of.
That's right.
See? So that's the point, man. You know, we'll leave it there. All right. I pray that this live lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect, to all you brothers out there, man, that's tuned in. You know, it's getting ready to go, man. One step closer, one day closer to his destruction. Shalom.
Shalom. It's a wrap for you, devil.